A band that came up in the punk scene of New York in the 1970s released its highly influential debut album on this day. In December 1973, Hilly Crystal launched legendary New York club CBGB. Heralded as the dive bar incubator, CBGB's allowed pioneering acts like the Ramones, Talking Heads, Patti Smith, and Blondie to hone their craft on their way to becoming world-famous stars of the expanding punk new wave scene. Also among that group of legends in the making was a band arguably more influential than any of the above, but never able to achieve the same commercial success. The band developed a sound that helped lay the groundwork for what became known as post-punk. The band convinced Crystal to give them a residency, the club's first, where they further worked on songs and grew a devoted audience of fans, including many of their contemporaries. After catching one of their shows, David Bowie was once quoted as saying the band was the most original band I've seen in New York. They've got it. All the critical acclaim created a bit of a bidding war between labels, but the band waited for the right deal, and that finally came from Elektra Records in August of 1976. They worked on their debut at A&R Recording in New York City. For most of the album, they were recorded as they performed live in the studio. They wrapped up recording, and on February 8, 1977, Television released Marquee Moon. The album was a surprise hit in the UK, sparking a quickly arranged UK tour, but it didn't fare so well here in the States. By the time the band returned to America, Elektra had given up on promoting Marquee Moon, which they dismissed as a commercial failure. The group was obviously crushed by their inability to meet commercial expectations, but spirits were lifted by the critical success. Critics in 1977 found the album difficult to categorize, and instead hailed it as something entirely original, a new dawn in rock music. Since the album's original release, Marquee Moon has been cited by rock critics as one of the greatest records of the American punk rock movement. Though critically admired, the band couldn't find commercial success. Television released only one more album before breaking up in 1978, though they did reunite and put out one last LP in 1992.